Let's welcome our host, Sir Alberto Abeira, aka Tata Bert.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All over the world, I say welcome, mabuhay Pilipinas at magandang balita na ihapaghatian natin at iparamdam kung anong dapat natin maitulong at kailangan tulungan at lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kababayan na nagsikahos sa mga paghihirap sa dinaanan nitong mga bagyo at baha. Lalo, kuminsan may lindol pa. Kaya, tayong mga nandito sa North America, especially in the good country in the Middle East, they are having a good life. But the best thing we could do is share. So, how good is your feeling when you share? So that's what Congressman 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 said. Why he is freely giving aid and comfort to his constituents, because according to him, if you give more, you receive more. That's why. If he gives something, more money will be coming in. In our case, who has that million, but we could also share, maybe. The mere fact that our salary is just very minimal, but we could also share. So, likewise, that giving aid, not exact direct to the affected one, but giving share and comfort to your family is always beneficial, and it is have always in return either your satisfaction, you're happy that you have given aid and comfort, and at the same time, you will know that you will never get hard up because you gave, you're happy, and still the same. Life is, in fact, more merrier when you share. So likewise, happiness is the object of this contentment, in comfort to yourself, satisfaction that at least I have shared my part and the rest will be done by the recipient. Of course, it's always the case. So, thank God that we are healthy, and up to now, we keep sharing. Good for us Filipinos, because we always attentive and very quick in response to the needed of our kababayan, especially when our region itself is affected. So we have to move, because not only our families, but also our neighbors and relatives around us will be sharing whatever we could share, or whatever aid or financial or material things. So the word is sharing, and very comforting and very rewarding. Mental health and body health will automatically in response, because of the satisfaction in and glorifying the people, and that will include yourself. So everybody, we have to go to the next level. So likewise, our center of obligation while in the society of the Filipino community is cooperation and actively participation, because we cannot just let it go and watch them doing whatever they can afford or whatever their obligation is. But sometimes they are so reluctant or busy, or this because maybe they overlook that they have also an obligation to have their activities and the financial status of the organization has to be transparent. So Anything that you don't understand, you have to ask. So when you know that your dollar contribution for the whole year, at least it's going to the right purpose and objectives of the organization. But we cannot just expect farmers alone will do the job, because you as a member has also an obligation. Farmers is just the caretaker, and they are learning and driving our themselves to have any activities in order that to pursue the objectives of the organization. Of course, first of all, the main to maintain our culture, our contributions to the society as a general, and our participation. Of course, we always do that because we as a taxpayer, we cannot evade tax, but we have strategy, and we in return, what comfort more you could ask, because you have the good roads, you have good transportation, and the peace and order that is being enjoyed by everybody. So long as you follow the rules, you have no problem when you are here in the society. So let's keep it that way. But remember, be active, because not only making your body and mental alert, but satisfaction of knowing your neighbors are always happy and exchange pleasantries once in a while. That is how we live here in the society. So, speaking of nonsense, but sometimes very invigorating and self-satisfaction, because wherever you are, happiness could be found. It all depends on you, because you could be in the carnival, but your mind is out of somewhere else. It doesn't. That makes a difference. The important thing is be happy, be contented, and enjoy whatever you have, because anything that you don't have, God knows that doesn't belong to you. Otherwise, it will be on your fingertips. So, speaking of fingertips, that is very useful now. Nowadays, everything is on your fingertips. Like for example, information. Information, especially when it comes to federal or any in the, national knowledge or international knowledge, is on your fingertips, because I could also remember when I was in high school, in 1954, of course, we are fourth section in our fourth year college, high school. And we have that subject of no limit and 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒈. There are four sections, and one section almost 50 or 48 students. And we only have one book for the whole four sections. So imagine that how could you study? Because like before, there's no such thing as a comfort that you have now. Everything is on fingertips, but maybe you have encountered also scanning the encyclopedia. Of course, encyclopedia is already history, because you have to dig, you have to open books and books in order to get the right answer on your assignments, and to get the real answer to your particular question. But okay, here is just a minute. This is heavenly evening to you, Tata Bert. Oh, this is from Rosan Centino Solwita. Oh, Solwita, you are my kababayan. I know you are from Iloilo. Mm-hmm. So thank you for joining us. So whatever, anytime you are free, come in because maybe you have somebody to greet. You don't have to greet me because the purpose of this show is for expansion or for you to utilize this for your communication. Maybe you would like to extend message or you would like to say hello to your relatives and friends. So this is how it is. Come in anytime. It's okay. Just like the other day, we have Escolinato, Malo Bailey, Joy 29, Evelyn Liena 08 Bilog. So these are the people partially, but I have several or less, but I cannot scan everything, so I just print one, and that's how I would like to be greeting. But this does not mean that because your name was not mentioned, you are neglected. Everybody is important. Everybody who make hello and say hi is good enough because that means you are also interested to whatever I have said. Maybe not interested, but you are amused, or maybe you could laugh at it, or you could find how many mistakes I could say, and my stammering statement is good material for you to laugh. So that is good evening for you. So, mga kababayan, ang importante sa atin, hindi tayo maging maramot, hindi tayo maging gahaman. Kasi, pag naging gahaman ka, the needs is up to your satisfaction. But if the needs, beyond the needs, go beyond the needs, become the greed. Greed has no ending. Because if you have the owner of $1 million, you will be wanting for 10 million. If you have 10 million, you need 100 million, and so on and so forth. There is no ending for the greed. So are you happy? No, because you don't get your goal yet, because you want to rule the world. So that's what's happening to us. Why these people has trying to destroy the earth? Because they are searching for more millions in their pocket. Just like, okay, good example, war. Why this first world are continuing to manufacture weapons or ammunition for destruction? Because war is a commercial. How do you know how many factories in the first world country will be closed, or how many people will be unemployed if they closing these factories? In some cases, likewise, if the first world has invented war, has to create war, has to intimidate war, because for the sake of business, you may also ask, maybe this COVID-29 is also a business. Likewise, who is enjoying the sale of this COVID injections? The inoculation that will be manufactured billions and billions. Who will be benefiting this? So I could also say that maybe this pandemic is also a business. So here we are, whether we like it or not, it's happening. That is the question. Is it a business? Why? Is this man-created destruction? Who knows? So that is just a question, because we could always ask why. The question of why has no ending. Like a child, try to talk to a 4 years old or 2 years old kid. If the kid will say why, you keep explaining, and then after you explain thoroughly and everything, he will ask again why. So the question in this world has no ending. Always. That's why, because of this pandemic, the invention, the unlimited mind of human being has to be creative. So when there is a pandemic, when there is a problem to solve, the mind, the ingenuity of human will be creatable and could produce something. Because if the world is dormant, nothing is happening, nothing will be created, because there's nothing to solve. But if there is something to solve, there is so the mind of the people has actively working and have to develop or create or invented something. So that is progress, we call it, but eventually it is destructive, because with all these inventions left and right, eventually the earth will be barren, because with the experiment and the destructions that these new inventions will be hammering the earth, nothing will be left but dust, not even any habitation will be left alone. So let's control ourselves. Let's make our invention to the limit, invention only to the needs, not for the future satisfaction. Because where can you find a place they call it paradise? Paradise is always on the island, secluded in peace, and everything is quiet and everything is simple. That is paradise. But when everything is run by machines, that is commotions and noise and polluted the environment. So the world paradise before is gone. So, but for the people, they call it progress. Like in a simple barrio, there was only a kalesa or a cart drawn by animals for transportation. But now, all modern vehicles are there. What they get now? Pollution. So, where are the paradise have gone? So that is how it is.
Good evening, Tata Bert.
Yes, good evening. Come in. Any
Kumusta?
particular subject you would like to see? But I could talk and talk here for heaven and earth. I could explain to you. But if there is some interesting subjects, please come in. Gina Salto, I have a Saito. You're flashing. Okay.
Kumusta, Tata Bert?
I'm still, well, so far, actually, this pandemic has kept my mind fresh, and because I have a good rest all the time, and every morning I have to walk, and then after it's on, of course I have to cook. That's I have always a stomach development, but so far here, in fact, I have my dumbbell, I have my exercise all the time, because immediately after taking my walk and a bath, I feel good, because I have to do my calisthenics now and then. Even I'm watching my TV, even I play my computer, I've been playing my casino 𝒓𝒊𝒏𝒈, that's amusing because you have to keep your mind moving because idle mind, the devil or evil will be playing in your imagination. So keep
So,
yourself busy.
patiin mo muna sila, Tata Bert. Andyan
So
si...
I don't have the list. Okay.
Hindi, andyan sa ano, yan,
It's
si
not flashing. There's
Malo
nothing here.
Billy.
There's nothing here. There's nothing flashing on
Okay.
the screen.
Okay, andyan si Ma'am Malo Billy.
Okay, I don't have that screen here.
Okay,
I don't
wait.
have on my screen, so I have nothing to read.
Andyan
Oh,
si... Okay.
I don't see anything yet. Okay, if you could flash, I could read again and again, but there's nothing here. Now you are talking. Okay. Here
Okay, here
is
you go.
StreamYard. The Buol de Canadian Pinoy, la Esperanza 23. Rosan Centino Solwita. 𝒂𝒐 is here. Good evening, 𝒂𝒐. Malo Bailey. Oh, kababayan. Okay. Gina Saito. Okay. And is Gina Saito in Malo Bailey is one? Oh, I don't know.
Hindi, magkaiba yan.
Anyway, thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching, and I hope you are amused, though my subject is coming to nowhere, but you are there patiently in watching and smiling all the time. I know because of my stumbling statement, but this is how am I, because I am not that fluent speaker. I cannot even say a straight sentence. So be patient, and we'll be reaching the. We are the
Yan, may
Sinsang.
bago ka na naman.
Yeah, Sinsang. Who is Sinsang? Hello, Tata Bert, and good evening. Thank you for coming. Okay. Malo Billy is always Tata Bert. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Why don't you come in and say something? Okay. Or greet your friends. You don't have to talk to me. You have to talk to your friends. So, say, because maybe something interesting among your friends, talk to them. Okay. Hindi na kailangan na tayo. Okay. Hindi na naman kailangan mag-English kasi kung kausap mo Filipino, kasi kaya ako lang nag-English kasi hindi masyado maranong diretsong Tagalog ko. Kaya pasensya na kayo kung nalilibang ko magsalita ng English kasi medyo nasanay lang ako sa mga tao dito. Kasi palibot dito mga matatanda na kagaya ko. So, but I still mingle. So, okay. So, don't be shy. Anytime you want to say something. Okay. Okay, so patuloy tayo sa ating komunidad kasi
Okay.
yes.
Anong nangyari ng Sabado at Linggo? Sa community.
Sabado, Linggo, okay, we have like Sabado, Linggo, okay, we have the heritage is always active. We have always our bingo. We have our meeting. In fact, we will have a meeting again tomorrow. Tomorrow evening.
Wala ka nabalitaan na event nung Linggo?
No, wala akong nakitaan. Okay, and that I have to greet my grandson's father's death the other day. Willie Passion, your father passed away, and my condolence. So, I don't so much answer the logbook or the email or the messenger, but I'm not late yet. Gandang Hara. Okay, Gandang Hara. Hello, good evening. Yeah. So, my condolence to brother, or actually he is my godson, Willie. He was here at least in the early 80s or 80s or 90s. Because, of course, he was one of those early adventurers who seek golden opportunities here in Canada, and now he's a very successful, happy married person with a blessing of kids, and brought their parents back here. And his father, fortunately, died the other day. So, my condolence to my godson, Willie Passion. So, as in behalf of the Knights of Rizal in the heritage, we extend our condolences to the family and for the bereaved passing of your father. He will be rest in peace, hopefully, and I'm sure of that because when you reach to that age, everything is atoned and have been reviewed because old age is a stage of having to be rest in peace because all other sickness is just an alibi because it is just an excuse or an alibi that because of this sickness. No, when you are at that age, after 60.
Yan, Tata Bert, may bisita ka.
Okay, Mr. Alabdon, thank you. Okay, Janet, I could hear your voice. You're not showing yet.
Batiin mo muna yung, ano mo, yung fans mo na umakyat. Si Gandang Hara.
Okay. Gandang Hara. I'm glad that you joined the group, and then if you have something to say to your friends, to your family, or to your neighbors, the space is open for you, and you want to introduce yourself, I welcome you. Yes.
Okay, patuloy sa community natin. Anong nangyari pa?
Community natin, everybody knows that everything is on hold, everything is status quo because everything will, if you have to make any activities, will be on Zoom. But since only very few are has the knowledge to participate in the Zoom meeting because this is new for only this year or only this 2019 and 2020 that the Zoom was introduced. So we have, and here it's the famous chairman of the heritage. So maybe he will be, hopefully he will be interested in politics. So will be our representation in the council soon. Good evening, Mr. Abdon.
Hi, good evening, Tata Bert. How are you?
Oh, still jolly and facing to the pandemic squarely. And I have to thank pandemic because had it not been for the pandemic, we will not be discovering the new invention of this Zoom meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one good about pandemic. Though, would you agree? Because I was thinking if war could be developed in order to have a good business, do you think pandemic will be is also the pandemic is also a business?
I don't know.
Because the ingenuity of human being, anything that could make money, he has to produce, he has to make it. Just like what the bombing, the atomic testing. They know it's destructive, but they have to do it because in the future they will be selling at atomic. So the CIA of America has to spread all over the world to create war.
Mm-hmm.
So there is the war. They have a good business because where will you buy the ammunition and guns? That is. This is just for luck. Maybe I could be wrong, and with this I am wrong. But just is for the subject of talking.
So you think that the pandemic is good for the business, or is the other way around?
No, it is a business. It is a business because where will you give that inoculation? What are you going to do? The production of a million injection if there is no pandemic. So you have to do something else. Likewise, and the same thing as war, because you have so much ammunition. Because how many factories will be closed if there is no war? Why do you have to manufacture weapons and guns and ammunition if it's not for war? They don't manufacture those things in order for display to look at it, no?
Well, it's well, definitely, war is not a it's not a factor of you.
Yes, it is.
The very thing that's very important is the loss of human life, the loss of humanity. That's the first
Because
thing.
that's a part of it.
That
Who is cares about human being if you are making money?
those who
Because
make
human beings are
money,
expendable.
those who make money are a certain few. The establishment, those who make ammunition, those who make materials of war. Aside from that, there's nobody's profited in war. And the worst thing for us is the human being being lost.
So
that's,
you see that those are the few. Those are the few. Will
yeah,
be
those are the few. I mean, unfortunately, it's the few who profited for this dilemma.
So who cares? So long as you profit.
You can,
Like
you
example,
better,
one good example. Like
you better
example,
be careful what
the
you.
Philippines. I have to say, I have to shift the subject. In the Philippines, the law of what's that? The too much interest. What's that you call?
The law of the supply and demand.
No, the too much interest in borrowing or you're lending money.
Okay.
Well, so the passage that it's not allowed anymore to have the laundering money because if you borrow, let's say our 5-6, very common to us. So our 5-6 is laundering, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, but go to the bank. Go to the bank. Get your credit card. How much percentage is more than 5-6? And it's allowed. And it is allowed. Anything that you have to get, like example, selling drugs is not allowed. But get a license, it's allowed.
Ah.
It's very easy. Don't smoke because it's bad for your health. But the factory pay their license, so they are allowed to kill. That is just an analogy for your fun.
Okay. Mahina ako dyan, hindi ko masyadong kabisado yan. Anyway,
Okay,
Bert,
let's go to your subjects.
well, no, I just went just to see you kasi kami sa kalagitnaan ng bingo kaya nitingnan ko na how you doing. Did Minda Masoni came to visit you?
Oh, good.
Yeah, she's supposed to come and join you and discuss you about the federation.
Yeah, I have been in the federation since the beginning of the first federation headed by, the first president of federation.
The first president, Aurelio Briones.
Yes, Attorney Aurelio Briones is from Halifax, and then moved here, and then he stayed with me, and we were. Hi. So the first president was Aurelio Briones, and then luckily that federation don't.
Alvin Belos is the second one.
Beloso. Yeah.
Alvin Beloso, the one who
Alvin
founded,
Beloso, and then Kabugao.
and then Badi Kabugao.
Kabugao, and then Cabugao, after Cabugao, Santander, and then
Yeah.
Ghăi𝒍𝒔𝒐 or NGAYON. No, Ghăi𝒍𝒔𝒐 didn't become president.
Well,
After 𝒂𝒍𝒔𝒐, nothing happens anymore.
well, ang huling-huling lumabas doon si James de la Paz bago nag-split ang federation to become one is the federation, is the other was the council. During James de la Paz.
That's another call. That's just another name of the federation.
No. And James, no. Council is different from the federation. They have their own.
So the federation is there. So the new creation because it was defeated from. Because federation, the only thing that James has to take hold of that because of that funding. Okay, just like when somebody asked me here that in this TV show that why could that be rotated to any organization who would like also to hold the Independence Parade, but because this is just it is not a franchise, but it is just a personal contact.
Tawagan mo po kung nandiyan na si
Okay. Bert, I have to go because the police guys are waiting.
Thanks for dropping by.
I just want to see you doing well. I'll join you again next week.
So what about tomorrow?
Tomorrow we'll see each other at Zoom. It's 2 o'clock tomorrow. Make sure you're there, huh?
At 2 o'clock, okay.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Kung hindi ako matraffic.
Good. You're doing a good job. You take care, all right?
I got the agenda, but everything is here, but maybe we'll just discuss it tomorrow.
It's going to be a fruitful discussion tomorrow, definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care now. Bye.
Thank you for dropping. I hope you have a smile. You have a good laugh.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I could have do more, kaya nag-iintay sila, kaya sorry. Yeah. I just sneak out.
So you have the bingo tonight, no?
Yeah, we're still playing bingo.
Okay, that's good. Maybe I will. What time you start? Maybe I will join you after this.
Catch up after your. Sigurado aabot kami ng past 10.
Okay, so I have my card here. I'll join.
Okay, that's good. Bye now.
Thanks,
Alvaro. Okay.
Okay, that's what the chairman of the Heritage Society of Montreal. So far, these are the only organizations that actively and the activities going on despite of these excuses of having the pandemic, because pandemic is a blessing to those who would like to exercise and practice the new technologies of Zoom conferences in the activities, as well as showing up the people to get update this by staying home and still continuing the services they call it for the community. And for those who cannot not ready of their activities, this is a good excuse that because of pandemic, so they are dormant and can do nothing. So can't blame them. They had their good excuse and they do not exert effort in order to attain and to achieve the objectives of this organization, because pandemic is a good excuse if you are not doing nothing, if you have no plan at all. So enjoy your moment. Hopefully this will end soon, because as long as the vaccination will be worldwide, because Philippines will be receiving only second or third week of February. Here in Canada is not so rampant yet, but hopefully everybody will receive their inoculations and to be COVID-free by the end of 2021, hopefully. because everybody is raring to enjoy the outdoor, enjoy the company, enjoy the camaraderie, the laughter and shouting, especially the gatherings and the park and the hall, social halls, because most Filipinos, their only activities is dancing, partying. That is number one projects of the Filipinos. Other than that, there is no cultural activities, there is no development of mind, but partying and eating is the best way for camaraderie and
Meron pang isa. Tumakbo ng pagka-direktor at presidente.
Well, it's a personal choice. Because, you know, why they are always, you observe that candidates of the PAMAS directorships are just having a rigodon. Because if you have one party, okay, so after you, maybe the next 2 years it will be my turn, and then you could also, the next term, the next 2 years will be yours. So who is following who? The membership.
Ngayon, Tata Bert, ito yon topic natin for the next 20 minutes. Legacy ng lahat ng namuno sa PAMAS, mga dumaan na presidente. Legacy. Okay.
A legacy, if you have contributed to the cultural and civic activities of the community, you leave a legacy. But if
diba ang nangyayari pagkatapos na binayaran nung administration ang tamang term nung administration ni James De La Paz yung building. Okay, so agree ka ba sa akin na yung legacy niya, binayaran niya yung building para hindi masayang yung pera?
No, because hindi kanya pera yun. Binayaran niya bilang presidente.
Pero may ginawa siya. Yun nga, siya yung nag-initiate.
Hindi niya ginawa yun. Kasi hindi rin niya pwede pa ibayaran without the approval of the assembly.
Binayaran nga niya ng walang approval ng assembly.
No, binayaran niya with the approval of the assembly. Kasi remember, doon si Nestor Ambas nakaka-video. Tinanong ang mga umaten sa meeting na yon na payag kayo, bayaran na yon. Yon, of course, by objection doon, nag-objection ng group ni De Parado ang na hindi mo, na it's a wrong timing.
Bakit naman wrong timing na bayaran niya yung building?
Kasi hindi sila ang presidente.
Okay, tama. So ngayon, si James, administration niya, isang taon.
Si James, ang binayaran niya kasi may pera.
Hindi administration niya. Ginamit ng administration niya.
Sabihin ko na, ang pera na galing sa administration ko, ang malaking bulk ng pera na binili ng building niya galing sa administration. Pero that's beside the point. You are president, so you have to do what you have to do.
Pero yung pera na galing sa iyo,
your name has to be there.
Di ba hindi ba ginamit sa down payment? Anong year ba nabili ang building?
So early,
90s?
First,
so, yung pera mo, ginamit yun sa pan-down payment.
Yes.
Okay.
Kasi we have at least
ngayon,
150,000. So, actually, binili ang duplex na yan just for investment kasi kung naka-stagnant lang sa bangko, may mababayad kami ng taxes, ng interest. So at saka kailangan na ngayon ang community center kasi walang pupuntahan ng mga Pilipino kung saan magme-meeting. So it's very timely. So actually noong araw, ang lugar na yon hindi pwede ang center kasi maraming tao. Ang mga neighborhood diyan, object sila kasi pag may center dyan, maaaring maingay, maaaring may gulo, kagaya sa ibang nangyayari sa ibang center. So, upo sila. So, hindi ma-approval. So, may session sa Montreal na sponsored ng dalawang councilman. So, tumulong kami sa gabi-gabi kasi gaya mag-rally kami doon para maaprubahan ang pag-rezon kasi para maging commercial. So, eventually, na-aprobahan. So, that's why pwede nang gawin ka center. So, ni-remodel, pinagawa ang basement for expansion para magkaroon ng another space. So, hopefully...
Sa kaninong administration na yun? Sa administration ba ni James de la Paz din yun, yung na-reson niya?
No. May building ng...
Hindi, mali ka dyan. Ang building na binili ninyo, residential pa ang zoning. Doon ako eh.
And before doon pa ang sinundan ni Carlos kay Kusiko.
So, kaninong administration na bago ang rezoning into commercial? Malala mo?
Kay Carlos.
Kay Carlos? Okay. So, sige, kung malala natin. Wala kasi tayong listahan eh. Kasi meron kasi akong ngayon na nakita na pagkatapos ni James de la Paz administration, yung tamang term. Kasi kung anong ginawa ng mga direktor niya, sa de la Paz administration pa rin yun babagsak yung sisi noon. So, after James de la Paz ay si Kusiko ang nakaupo, di ba?
Yes.
So, sa administration ng Kusiko, anong nagawa niya noon? Anong naiwan niya na legacy? After nung nabayaran yung bill.
Hindi, legacy is not...
anong nagawa niya? Inuman?
Nakasulat doon na ang bawat administration magtrabaho, mag-fundraising for the maintenance of
beside doon.
Ngayon.
Beside doon. Kasi hinahamon ko ngayon yung mga nandyan sa sa madaling salita. Ang hamon ko ngayon, ganito. Ang hamon ko kay Romeo. Ano na nga apelyido ni Romeo?
Remigio
ba yun? Ang hamon ko sa kanya, huwag siyang magpadikta sa mga direktor niya, mag-iwan siya ng tinatawag na legacy. Or kasi ganito yun eh. Malala mo sino yung muntik ng isangla, Bini Parial? Siya ba yun?
Hindi,
Sino? Santino? Sino ba?
Santino.
Okay. So, ang legacy ni Santino ngayon, kahit saan tayo mag-uusap ngayon, si Santino, isinangla niya ang building. Magandang reputasyon ba yun?
Attempted.
O yun, attempted na isangla yung building. Maganda bang legacy yun? Or na muntik na niyang ipahamak yung building, di ba?
Kasi ang mentality ng...
Kaya nga, yun nga ang hamon ko. Kasi wala kasi nakapagturo sa kanila. Kagaya sa inyo, ito yung na-discover ko. Ang rason kasi na nandyan pa kayo sa community ngayon, kasi hindi nasira yung pangalan ninyo. Kasi kung titingnan nyo, si Santino ngayon, ay nandoon, namundok na. Wala na siya sa community ngayon. Nabubuhay na lang siya kung walang controversial yung association na pupuntahan niya. But kung may event na mga yung malalaki na pinag-uusapan na reputasyon, si Santino ngayon, hindi na nakikita. Kasi nga, nakakabit na sa pangalan niya na muntik na niyang sirain yung community center. Okay? Tapos, sino yung presidente na yung inilak yung building na binasag yung kay Parial ba yun?
Yeah, kay Parial kasi siya ang susunod.
So, yun ang legacy na naman doon na wala silang ginawa. Na binasag yung para makapasok sila. Tapos, si Au na ang ganda ng legacy ni Au noong 1980s, di ba?
Yeah.
Tapos nung bumalik siya ng na sinuportahan ko siya, na naiupo siya, para ma-kick out yung tinatawag nila na inuman boys. Okay? Nung first year niya, maganda yung patakbo niya, na maganda yung reputasyon, tapos nung pangalawa na, doon na nagkagulo. So, instead na maganda sana yung reputasyon niya, natabunan ngayon sa ginawa niya na yung nagwilga yung kalaban niya sa labas, na nagwilga sila na hinostage na naman nila yung community. Di ba?
Okay.
So yung mga tao na to, sa madaling salita, hindi na nga sila bumibisita sa community center ngayon eh. Parang nawala na sila na nabura. Pero kayo, nandyan kayo na pumupunta pa rin, active, kasi wala kayong tinataguan eh. Hindi kayo nahiya na humarap sa bawat Pilipino na pumupunta dyan or bibisita or magtatanong kasi wala kayong ginawa na controversial. Kagaya ng ginawa nila na may ginawa sila na controversial. So, yan ang hamon ko ngayon sa ginawa nila na pumunta sila sa korte, sinira nila yung yung community na naman. Ngayon na pinaburan sila dahil nga sa madaling salita, hindi naman sila mananalo yun kung ako nag-abogado sa side ni nun eh. Hindi kahit anong gawin lang, hindi sila mananalo. Napakaliwanag nun eh. Fred Magallanes is madali lang i-destroy yun. May record si Fred Magallanes na sa korte din na kayang i-pull out at ibigay doon sa judge na ipakita na ang kanyang mga copy-paste ang kanyang trabaho at walang approval. Kayang yun, kayang i-destroy yun na paninira yung ginawa ni Fred Magallanes na yun. But, wala eh. Hindi sila naghanap ng abogado na marunong or hindi sila humingi ng advice. Ganun lang taga. So, ang challenge ko, na tumatawag naman sa iyo yung mga yan at nakikinig naman kung magsasalita ka kahit pinapalusot nila sa kabilang tainga, ba't di mo sila hamunin na baguhin nyo yung legacy or yung iiwan nyo na footprint na ngayon. Kasi sirang-sira yung mga pangalan nyo eh. Bababa kayo dyan na na sira. Tapos after couple of years, wala na makaalala sa inyo. Maalala kayo na kayo ang sumira ng community din. Example niya, yun na, Santino, example. Pinakamagaling na example. Tapos yung kay Rick noon na inuman lang. Yun lang ang Sabi, ko, inuman na naman. Inuman na naman. Tapos sino yung administration na naglagay ng kamera? Di ba?
Kaya klaro yun.
So, yun yung tingnan mo.
Kasi ganon ang community natin. Parang pag nakaupo ka riyan, nakala mo without even giving an appreciation or without even knowing kung paano nagkaroon tayo ng center. Actually, tanong mo dito sa membership, kasi akala nila pinagawa ng gobyerno yan. Akala nila parang Red Cross yan na kung ano kailangan mo, pumunta ka lang sa PAMAS. Kasi ang tanong ang lagi ang reklamo nila, anong ginawa ng PAMAS? Anong gagawin na? Kaya nga ang mga tao kasi walang alam, hindi nila alam at saka wala silang pakialam kung ano man 'yon. Basta kung may problema lang sila, kailangan sagutin ng PAMAS. Kaya dapat isa rin obligasyon ng PAMAS ipaliwanag sa community what is PAMAS. Actually, may ginawa akong pamphlet nandiyan din na nila tinatawag.
Kaya maganda yan. I-discuss natin yan, yung mga legacy niyan. Kasi ito yung masasabi ko. Pag may dumating na isang estudyante, kasi palagi ako sa community, ilang estudyante ang dumaan dyan na gusto mag-research tungkol sa community center ng Pilipino na mga ginagawa nilang thesis.
So, kami na din mga
thesis.
Journalist.
Na-interview ka? So, baka itong show mo na to, magamit ito na pag kailangan nilang maghukay ng history ng PAMAS, baka kaya nilang panuorin at in the future na darating, maybe 20, 30 years, 40 years from now, na makalkal nila na mayroong documentation na naiwan na-discuss natin kung anong nangyari sa mga administration na kung sinong sumira sa community ng Montreal.
Pag naglagay ka ng history, hindi yung destructive lang.
Hindi nga, pag-uusapan nga natin. Ibig sabihin, yung pagsusulat ng history sa ngayon, iwan natin yon sa susunod na generation na mag-research sila. Mag-research sila kung ano ang nangyari. Okay? Kung anong ginawa, sino nakaupo. Kasi sa community nga ngayon, walang documentation, di ba, na
Mm.
na-record kung anong ginawa ni Bini Parial, anong ginawa ni Carlos Reyes. Ang nakakaalam lang dyan, kayo na malapit lang sa kanya. Kayo lang na naka-witness doon na pumupunta, kagaya sa iyo. Hindi ka nag-a-absent. Di ba? So, magandang pag-usapan niya na ikwento mo yung noon.
Yes, actually, any project like that, na cultural development, actually, kung gawing project yan, may funding yan sa Heritage Canada.
Kaya nga, pag-uusapan natin, baka may mga estudyante dyan na maligaw rito sa...
Yes, kasi speaking of estudyante, almost every year may mga mag-el student na pupunta rito sa bahay. Making digging my records, kung ano, mga itong pinapakita kong interview sa akin ng Gazette noon na one of the new heroes, kasi kinopya ko rin yan sa US article. So nung interview ako ng Gazette reporter na yon, so doon lang yan nakuha ang word na new heroes of the Philippines, mga OFW. So actually, development din ng business transaction niya sa community yun. Doon siya na-pick up ng how to make the balikbayan boxes more profitable. So actually, everything is intermingled with its subject to another subject, because you cannot just focus on one items, but because if one item exists, there will be always no ending after that. So it is up to the community to go on and on in order to the continuance of any activities and the progress of any ethnic or culture development in order to be contributed to the society of Canada's multiculturalism. Yes, sinong pangalan niya nagpa-plasing?
Yan, batiin mo siya si Joy29. Nag-shout out siya sa iyo. Basahin.
Hi, Joy29. Good evening, and I hope you'll be joining me soon, or you could contribute. You could say hello to your friends and families and your friends around anywhere they are, so that it shows that you are alive and active and healthy, surviving despite of this COVID pandemic. But I think this is also, pandemic is a good chance for us to be creative, because every person has the ability to create it for survival, because had it not been, you will never learn, or you will not be creating something for your survival. So this is one test of the Lord, that you are given an opportunity, an ability, so use it. So this is our good chance to be using our creativity for survival and the development of our community as a whole. So thank you, everybody that being with me. Thank you for all your contributions, your participation, because you are the inspiration of this talk show, because this is non-mandatory but is a recreational and healthy mind development. So everybody has to speak up, because enjoyment and relaxation makes your mind healthy. Healthy minds is also a healthy body. So healthy body always keep healthy mind. So it's a symbiosis. Because I could live, so you live. That is the essence of the conversation and the essence of existence of both creatures in this human body of yours. So let's enjoy it and participate to everybody, and the time has come, and I could say good night and thank you very much. And see you tomorrow. And please come in. And good night and good morning on everyone. Mabuhay Pilipinas. Sana tomorrow we'll be seeing you again. Thank you.